internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world.
XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, to far script, let's get right into today's second episode of the doubleheader, and get ready to be completely mind blown. The topics that Nellie Liang covers and what she states is so monumental that if you don't see it by now, I mean, it's pretty much game over. Binance sees it. Binance just converted its $1 billion safe emergency fund into USDC. Why do you think they just did that? $1 billion converted into USDC, a regulated stablecoin. And before we get into the clips by Nellie Liang, this right here took place November 3rd of last year. So just months ago. Remember, we talked about how they're all in this together. Here we have Brad Garlinghouse, Nellie, Gary, Michael Barr was already at Ripple back in 2015. I mean, they've been setting this up for a very long time, and now we are about to see the dominoes slowly fall. Without further ado, let's get right into the episode. But first, I want to let you guys know there's a very exclusive video that I will be dropping, but it will be private. It will not be on YouTube. If you guys want access to that video, go down to the link in the description down below and you'll get this popped up on the screen. Just enter your email. I don't want any spam. That's all we got the phone. Reserve your spot and then you will get a link with the video. And also, it's the last day for free shipping. This is huge. Link in the description down below. Go ahead and take a look at the 0.01% XRP Club t-shirt. Scroll all the way down. There's a lot of meaning to this shirt. Go ahead and read it. I would really appreciate it if you guys took some time and actually read into it. But let's get right into it. Nellie Liang, first video. Hit it.
So these two developments have created opportunities to upgrade the plumbing of with two possible systems, to upgrade the plumbing.
And as soon as they understand that this is just a simpler infrastructure way, I mean, look, in some ways we're plumbers. Like, we're enabling a much more efficient plumbing, but the endpoint, we're
describe myself as we're a plumber to the global financial infrastructure.
One is fast payment systems, and the second is tokenization of money. And if we combine these two technological systems with updating regulations in the United States, I think we can foster faster adoption, ensure stable money, and modernize the U.S. money and payment system. This new system would create substantial, in my view, economic benefits in addition to increasing efficiency of payments. And I'll talk about those benefits. And finally, I would just say there is a reason to engage purposefully in modernizing payments right now because many other countries also are embracing new payment technologies to further their own economic and geopolitical objectives.
They're talking about upgrading the new system and creating a regulation around it so they could foster faster adoption. Wow. And remember, at the end of the day, it comes down to financial stability. I've been saying this for a very long time on this channel. Financial stability is going to be key, and it's going to have a crucial role. And now take a listen to this when she talks about counterparty risk, liquidity costs, and having risk and transferring value and moving over to a new system. Again, this all took place today.
And settlement can take days in the U.S. still. And then, as you know, cross-border payments are even more expensive. So an important cause of inefficiency in the current payment system is that a non-cash payment typically involves a gap in time between when you initiate a payment and the transfer of funds. And this means that payments don't settle in real time And in that interval, they create counterparty risks and liquidity costs for the payees, the receivers, because it takes time to receive a payment. And, payments are expensive, and they're error prone, and they're inaccessible because of these frictions in transferring value across the banks, across these silos. So if you think of payments being inefficient for this reason, it suggests there's two ways to improve the status quo. The first is just to make more efficient the mechanisms for transferring value across the data silos. And that's what retail fast payment systems do. A second option is to move from the current system of silos to a new system in which data resides on a ledger, a common ledger. And that is what tokenized money is. So those are two different ways to think about upgrading the system.
And here we have, you guys heard it in today's first episode, her calling out pretty much Ripple creating its stablecoin. And this goes hand in hand with how the BIS initiatives, right? BIS, Ripple, they've been working on this for a very long time. And she states this here that, BIS is taking the lead.
As I mentioned, the current use in the US is quite limited. Stablecoins are usually based only to trade crypto, not yet used for payments, although there is a non-bank payment provider that is now issuing a stablecoin to try to use for merchants. There is a non-bank payment provider that is now issuing a stablecoin to try to use for merchants. But there are very important initiatives being led by, like the BIS Innovation Hub, to explore tokenization for cross-border payments, which includes central banks and private firms to explore.
I can't believe how fast we are accelerating right now, and how 2024 and leading into 2025, things are drastically going to pick up. And here we have her talking about, again, a well-regulated stablecoin issued by a non-bank. And then she goes and references some countries that, again, Ripple plays a big role in.
And many of these jurisdictions are establishing interlinkages with one another. But countries like Brazil, India, Thailand have shown that these payment systems, if you put in the right infrastructure, can grow very, very rapidly. Whoops, let me go back. Tokenization is a little more abstract. Probably you have less, practical interaction with it unless you use stable coins for payments, which many people have not yet done. But it could include tokenized deposits by banks, what we would call well-regulated stable coins issued by non-banks, and some digital assets asset by the central bank. Ownership of this tokenized money would be on a shared ledger, which is then accessible to all the participants. And they can transfer peer-to-peer on this shared ledger. And it's done in one single all or nothing step. And so it's less error prone and can be faster, and it's definitely instant. So this means payments are fast, again, less prone to errors, because the balance sheets no longer reside in separate databases.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But there's more to this whole Nellie. There's more videos to her. We will break it down. But Binance converting $1 billion into USDC. Something is being passed around. Something is circulating. And I just, behind closed doors, folks, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But they know what's about to happen with Tether. They know what's coming. Just listen to the way they're speaking. And if you didn't watch our previous video, just go ahead and check that out. It was uploaded a couple hours ago. But this is crazy. We can't even keep up with this. And then Brad Garlinghouse, oh boy, with his earlier comments, which we covered in the previous video. I mean, I don't know where to begin.
And you're going to be the infrastructure around all of that.
That is our goal, and we think that opportunity is huge. We think that's going to be great for Ripple. We think it's going to be great for XRP, which is a digital asset we use.
Building RippleNet with with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.